A lot of people believe playing piano by ear is a lot easier than playing piano by sight reading. However, the reality is playing piano by ear requires more knowledge in music and skills than play piano by sight reading. What is the definition of playing piano by ear? Playing piano by ear means you repeat the music melody you know or you just heard on the piano. So if you don't understand musical notes, it will be difficult for you to learn to play piano by ear. Let's say you travel to Mexico and you decided to take a part-time job in a restaurant where people only speak Spanish, but you don't speak Spanish at all. And the first day of your work, your boss requires you to remember a bunch of sentences in Spanish for you to talk to the customer. How do you repeat the same sentence to your clients if you don't understand Spanish? In order to speak the sentences well and to make them understandable to the clients, you will probably start to learn Spanish. You will start to learn the meaning of each single word, the grammar of each phrase, and the meaning of the entire phrase. Same as in music. If you do not understand any single thing in music, if you don't even know the music notes, how will you be able to repeat the musical melody that you just heard on the piano? Let's take Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for example. Everybody knows this melody, and you probably have heard this several times. Now somebody plays Twinkle Twinkle Little Star like this on the piano. And you happen to know the first note of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star you just heard start on C. But which C was that? Is that a treble C, a middle C, or a bass C? How about the accompaniment of the left hand? So if you don't have any music knowledge, you probably don't even know which note in which position of the piano start with. Second, let's say that you hear a musical phrase like this. Let's say you are able to hear the melody on the right hand, or the melody that you heard on the bass. But because you don't have any knowledge in chord progression, so you are not able to repeat the entire phrase with the exact chord that you just heard. This is probably the most that you can repeat after hear the musical phrase like this. But if you have the music knowledge, you immediately understand what you just heard was the chord progression 1, 4, 5, 1. It is not easy to play by ear for most of the people. Even if you're born to have good ear, you have to have proper training to make yourself to be expert in this. For example, you can tell the difference between the footstep of your mom or your dad, or you can tell the difference between the voice of your elder sister or younger sister. And the reason why you can identify them is because you hear them every day. Same as identifying colors with your eyes. You are able to tell the difference between blue, green, and yellow because you see these colors in your everyday life. But with music, especially piano, you probably don't hear these notes every day. If you're a beginner, it's probably your first time to hear a cluster of notes that you want to repeat. And even if the music that you know by heart, it will not be easy for you to repeat on the piano if you don't know the music notes, music theory, or any other knowledge in music. A musical phrase is more complicated than a language phrase. A language phrase probably only consists of the word, the sentence, and the grammar. But a musical phrase consists of a lot of stuff. The first is the note. Second, the chords. Third, the rhythm. Even if you play the same note with the same chord but different rhythm, it is already not the same musical phrase. Also, there are dynamics in musical phrase. For example, some of the notes are louder than the other notes. Though we can hear the difference between someone who speaks loud or soft, it could be difficult for the beginners to tell the dynamics in a musical phrase. In a word, if you want to be excellent in playing piano by ear, you will need a lot of ear training. You should listen to a lot of music, you should practice playing a lot of music, and you should learn music theory.